What album have you listened to the most lately? The album I've probably been listening to the most at the moment would be the self-titled Arch Echo record. It's a really cool sort of fusion of jazz fusion, and sort of Dream Theater style prog. And also been giving the new Chon album Homie and Polyphia's The Most Hated EP a lot of listens as well. Album you would like to see She Happens transcribe and release? Probably either Language by the Contortionist or Sound Awake by Carnival. Those are albums I'd really like to see tapped out. What technique are you currently working to improve? What's your kryptonite at the moment? There's a lot of things I can't do well on guitar. The one thing I really want to get a lot better at is sweep picking. I kind of am very lax and very light with my usage of sweep picking. It would be amazing to do more broad arpeggio shapes and so on. Also probably like two-handed tapping. I can't really two-handed tap at all, so that's something I'd like to get into more. One guitar player you grew up idolizing. I think the one sort of shreddy guitar player that really influenced my playing the most would have been Paul Gilbert. I really loved his playing style. He had a sort of wacky sense of humor, which may or may not have rubbed off on me. And also players like John Petrucci, Steve Vai are huge influences, and then Guthrie Govan a little bit later. One band artist you haven't toured with but need to. I'd love to tour with Animals as leaders. That'd be a really fun tour. And also tour with Plenty just because he's a good friend. I think it'd be a good experience. And eventually probably Baby Metal. String gauge. So on my 6 strings I use the Dario NYXLs. I use 9-42 tuned to drop D. And on my 7 strings I use the Dario NYXLs as well, and tuned, the string gauges are 10-59 tuned to drop A flat. Favorite tuning? Standard drop D. I don't really get too experimental or out there with my tunings. It's mostly because of all my lead playing is based around just standard tuning playing. Something neat about the guitars I play or endorse. So I play Mayonnaise guitars. They're a Polish brand who exclusively make custom to order guitars. They just feel amazing. They're the best guitars I've ever played, really reliable on the road, and you know, I think as a lead player, like, feel is a really abstract thing that no one really gets until, you know, you get that feeling from a guitar. So for me, the Mayonnaise guitars are the ones that have, you know, a combination of sounding amazing, having the build quality, and also just feeling amazing to play. City you haven't played but dream of playing. It's a tough one. I played in a lot of cool cities, you know. Probably on this tour, you know, I'll cross a lot of them off, like, you know, Los Angeles, New York. Yeah, it's a hard one. I'd probably love to play in Australia. That'd be really cool. And maybe countries like, you know, South Africa and places in South America as well. Like, pipe dreams, a lot of those, but hopefully I'll eventually get to play in cool cities in those countries. Do you prefer writing and recording or touring? I think because touring is very much like, you know, you're very regimented in what you have to do every single day, and very much, you know, you're very much swept along for the ride. I kind of prefer the pace of writing and recording because I do everything in a home studio. I get to choose when I do things and when I don't do things, and I get to work at my own pace, whether that's, you know, a chill pace or really intense sort of, you know, 12-hour days of recording and writing. The best part about above answer, you know, I just really enjoy the creative process of writing. It's really fulfilling. It's really, you know, it's what I probably enjoy most about, you know, playing guitar is kind of secondary to actually writing and creating music. So playing guitar is kind of just a conduit to make that happen. Worst part about above answer is that I get really sloppy in my own flat. I forget to do dishes and I don't clean up. So I kind of, the rest of the world kind of becomes secondary to actually writing and recording music. What are you best at that's not directly related to music? Well, I like to think I'm quite scientifically minded. I've got a degree in physics, so I can't remember anything from the degree, but I like to think, you know, I've got a good sort of rap on scientific topics in general, sort of critical thinking stuff. I still sort of watch a lot of documentaries about, you know, different things in physics or even, you know, nature documentaries, and try to keep myself sort of up to date with stuff that's happening in science. So plug your latest or upcoming release and mention that they'll be booked for it soon. So I recently released Senpai EP2, The Noticing, the follow-up to Senpai EP, and the album I did before that was Set Course for Andromeda. So hopefully there'll be a tab book for Set Course for Andromeda and Senpai EP2, The Noticing very soon. I think those are all the questions.